What's up, everybody? Trad West Podcast, back with another Brews and News segment for the new year. But this time, it's not beer. I'm getting started on my New Year's resolution a little early to cool it on the alcohol. So, just coffee, a coffee brew for today's episode. So, with the holidays and that, I've been behind a little bit. So I'm just going to go over a few things that have been in the news over the past couple weeks. Some of it might be a little old, but I just wanted to talk about some of it. And everyone has such a short memory. A lot of people might have forgotten about some of the stuff, but wanted to cover some of the stuff that I think's interesting. And then I'll end it with the newest thing where will allow me to hate on feminism, as I always like to talk shit on feminism. And Onlyfans, girls, and sure enough, the last story I'm going to talk about, after I just made this week's podcast episode about OnlyFans and simps, then I get to reading about this PhD student that was actually in the STEM field, female, who's dropping out to pursue content creation on OnlyFans as a career. So, I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Feminists, eat your heart out. But let's get into it. Hope everyone had a great Christmas. Happy New Year. It is New Year's Eve. I'm sipping on my coffee. But if you got an adult beverage in hand, go ahead and enjoy. I've been enjoying adult beverages a little more than I should have lately, so that's why I am sitting this one out. First thing I was going to talk about, just a little, story that kind of puts into light that these politicians in our country are too old. Nancy Pelosi fell, broke her hip, so she just underwent a successful hip replacement surgery after she was hospitalized. And you know what? I'm not a Nancy Pelosi fan. I think she is pretty corrupt, dirty in the insider trading business. But that said, I don't wish bad, ill health things to happen to people. But her and many other of the politicians we have are way too old. There should be a limit that you can't be older than this certain age. I don't know if we want to make it 70, 80, whatever. Let's look up. I can't even remember how old she is. But I know she's okay. She's 84. Yeah. So if we could, be lenient and say you can't serve after 80, that might even be pushing it. But I mean, look, you got a politician that's old as dirt, falls and breaks her hip. When elderly people fall and break their hip, it can sometimes lead to death. So it's no joking matter, but it just kind of, I heard that story and it made me just think, wow, if this doesn't show you what's wrong in the politics world in the United States, we got 80-something-year-old politicians falling and breaking their hips. And I guarantee she won't be retiring anytime soon. She'll just keep kicking on and kicking on. So the other thing that's a good news, but I kind of wanted to tie two of these together. This is why I want to talk about it. But it kind of makes me, call out the hypocrisy of the left. Because you have Daniel Penny, the ex-Marine, who got arrested in New York for subduing in a chokehold Jordan Neely, some crazy, mentally ill, homeless dude who was threatening to kill people on the subway. And Penny stepped in as a good Samaritan to protect him and his fellow citizens as an ex-Marine. Puts him in a chokehold. Other people also helped subdue him. Jordan Neely ended up inevitably dying, unfortunately. And, of course, the state of New York, they arrested him. But good news, he was finally found not guilty. So he got away with it, but all these leftists are protesting that he should be in jail. Why? Because he's white. They don't like straight white males in this country anymore. Leftists deem them the most dangerous thing in this country. So if he wasn't white, they probably wouldn't be up in arms protesting. But the good news is they found him not guilty. And before I go into the next part to show their hypocrisy, I just want to point out the leftists are protesting, basically saying like it wasn't Jordan Neely's fault because he's a homeless guy. He should have been getting taken care of by the government or yada, yada, yada. And then lo and behold, it comes out that he was actually given free housing. And within a matter of, I think, a couple weeks, or if not a couple days, he just abandoned the house. So it just goes to show you, you can't just give free stuff to certain individuals that are homeless and expect it to do any good. Inevitably and unfortunately, most of the time, it won't do any good. Now, that's not to say there's not some decent homeless people out there that are just really struggling, bad, unfortunate chain of events that happen in their life, and they just can't dig themselves out. And a little help like that or a little money might actually get them jump started and help. But unfortunately, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to say, if you take someone who just literally has nothing, homeless, mentally ill, maybe they got a drug problem, and you just give them money or give them car, give them house, it's not going to help. It's not. As much as, I don't care for, a lot of conservatives, Republicans are always saying, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Unfortunately, to a certain degree, that's true. The state just coming in and helping people a lot of times doesn't work, especially when you're dealing with the types of people that tend to be homeless. They're going to have a higher rate of success if they actually have to work towards something and put in work and be rewarded, not just given free crap. Sorry, most people that are given just free crap won't do anything with it. They won't do anything positive. So I just wanted to hit there on their protesting and, talking about, the need to help the homeless. Hey, help the homeless, I agree, but some are beyond helping in that capacity. And this guy was a deranged, mentally unstable person who was threatening to kill people. So, sorry, not sorry. We're probably better off without it. Now, to point out the hypocrisy of the left, I wanted to kind of tie this together with the Daniel Penny verdict. Here they are protesting because this guy ended up killing this mentally deranged person who was like literally threatening to kill people on the subway. Yet we have this other story of the Luigi Mangione, who killed that CEO of the health company. So this guy just shoots a guy in the back, cold blood. This guy was just minding his own business. I know people are saying, oh, he's the CEO of this health insurance company, United Healthcare, and they're rejecting people's claims and it leads to people dying. Maybe, but we don't have all the. I haven't seen any information that shows that this CEO was really guilty of literally causing people to die by turning down their claims. But the left is just praising him, and then we have to take this time to shit on feminists too, because women leftists are going wild for him because he's, a pretty aesthetically pleasing looking young man, 26 years old, in good shape, good looking guy. And they're all fawning over him. This murderer just murdered a guy who has wife and kids, cold blood, shooting him in the back. And the left are praising this kid for doing it. I say he's not a kid, but he looks a lot younger than he is. He looks like a little kid. But they're praising him for murdering someone in cold blood for no reason, really. Like this guy was just going about his day. It's not like he was literally endangering people right then and there. We can talk about, these insurance companies and a lot of stuff. I would probably agree that a lot of them are corrupt. But the left is praising this kid. You got women wanting to sleep with him, women wanting to date him, which goes into, women like to deny that liking the dark triad traits of men. But this just goes to show you, as long as you're like a good-looking, attractive dude, they like the bad boy that does this type of shit, okay? So, hypocritical, feminist, leftist, like usual, big shocker, but, ex-Marine hero who's saving fellow citizens from being threatened to literally be killed by a deranged homeless man. Throw him away in prison, but Luigi Mangione got a cool name, Italian name, young, good-looking, aesthetic boy, young man, murders a dude in cold blood. Ooh, I want to date him. He should go free. And they're praising him online. So that is the current state of the left, the modern day left, which is crazy, crazy. And then, did I cover the? I don't think I talked. I don't think I talked about the Biden. This has been happening. I just wanted to put my 2 cents in. The Biden administration selling off parts of the border wall for pennies on the dollar. Anything to, make it harder make the Trump admin come in and have to spend more money. So let's just sell off a lot of these border wall parts, pennies on the dollar. And then once Trump comes in, if he wants it, he's going to have to get more funding for it and rack up more deficit and more national debt because we sold it off. So that's ridiculous. That should be investigated. That should not be allowed. I just want to get my 2 cents in on that. But the biggest thing I wanted to talk about, because it lets me shit on leftists and feminists, is this story of Zara Dar. She was a PhD student in computer science. She had a popular YouTube channel, apparently. I didn't watch any of it. I've never watched any of it. This is the first time I'm hearing of it, which I'll get into why that's ridiculous. But she has so her YouTube channel was like to encourage women to get into STEM. It was an advocate for women to get into STEM career fields. And guess what she's decided to do? Because nothing says, you go girl, you got the power, you can be just as successful as men. You are more than just a piece of meat. You are more than just a sexual object. What says that more than anything? Oh, giving up your STEM career field PhD to go be a content creator on OnlyFans, get naked on camera, bang dudes on camera, whatever she's going to be doing on OnlyFans. I don't know. I'm not going to be looking. But I find this hilarious because I just complained on a video the other day that I uploaded on my last podcast episode about OnlyFans chicks and simps, where I talked about that Lily Phillips doing 100 dudes in 24 hours, and then her next challenge, if you will, is going to be 1,000 guys in 24 hours. Sorry if you can hear my dogs; they're barking downstairs. And then that other chick, 365 guys in 365 days. Like, these are what these OnlyFans thots are doing right now. And then, lo and behold, you have girl who's in the prestige of academia, STEM career field. Probably, I'm not a feminist, but that is respectable. That is commendable. A woman actually being involved in those fields. That's my biggest hate on women and feminists, is because they bitch about equality and da 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 da, and like there's no women in these fields. Yeah, it's not because they're not allowed. It's because women just don't choose to enter these career fields. They don't. And lo and behold, one of the ones that was popular in it had a YouTube channel propping it up. What does she do? She can't handle it. She doesn't want to put the work in anymore. She just quits to become a typical 304 thot Onlyfans chick. And, well, hope she's happy. Hope she has great success, because she is not going to, I'm sure whatever her PhD program was in was very challenging and stressful, but I bet it was also very rewarding. And I guarantee you her OnlyFans career is not going to be rewarding whatsoever. She's going to look back and regret it. And then, inevitably, I'm sure, as I always say, she's going to have difficulty if she wanted to get married and have a family. It's not just men that don't respect promiscuous women that are in the porn industry, OnlyFans, strippers, dancers. It's not just men. Like, other, good, respectable women look down upon women in those professions. They're not respected. You're sexualizing yourself, so obviously others are just going to view you as a sexual object and a piece of meat. And this chick, Zara Dar, was actually in a career field where she could do something to prop up women from being looked at as more, and be a role model for young women, young girls, that you can do something more than just show your body off and be a piece of meat and sexualize yourself to make money. But lo and behold, what does she do? She gives it all up to go be a prostitute online. A modern day prostitute is all OnlyFans is, and that is what she has decided to do. Great job, Zara. Great job. Why can't the feminist movement just gain any traction? Why can't it be taken serious? I don't know. So, those are pretty much all the things I wanted to talk about that's been going on lately. Oh, I guess I can talk about the New Jersey drones. All I'm going to say is, once I saw a politician trying to blame Iran, I immediately rolled my eyes and was like, yeah, okay, not a chance. They want their war with Iran, any means possible. I guarantee the drones are something of ours. It's not aliens. It's not some foreign nation coming in. Iran would never be allowed to have a mothership just off the coast. And as incompetent as the current administration is, I still don't think that would be allowed whatsoever. So I'm sure it's our own government or something going on there, a company. But don't believe anything when you hear these people blame Iran for stuff. Iran. People get mad when you pronounce it Iran. Iran. I'm not an Iran fan, trust me, but I get sick of the warmongers and warhawks in DC just always wanting to blame everything on them because they want a war with them any means possible. So we will end the Brews and News segment there. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe on all platforms. I'm going to try to be making more videos because I was slacking. I know. I was slacking lately. So hopefully I will get more active on here, be pumping out a couple videos a week maybe. The podcast episodes I'd like to keep to once a week, because they're a little longer, and just that form, really you need to do some research in that on stuff. But these little Brews and News segments, I'd like to do these once a week. I used to, have a beer. But like I said, cutting out on the alcohol, Just got my coffee right now. So I'd like to do the Brews and News segments where we talk about some current events going on. Just some news stories that interest me is all I'm talking about. Nothing crazy. I know like this episode's probably a lot of stuff that people knew about already. The newest one was the PhD chick. And switching to Onlyfans. And any chance I get to shit on feminism and leftists, I love doing that. So, hope everyone had a great Christmas. Got some time to see your loved ones, your friends, your family. And check in on your, single friends, your lonely friends, coworkers, because this time of year, it's fun for people who are, connected with their family and have a good relationship with their family. But for other people, it can be kind of a depressing time of year if they don't have many friends or family. And then depending on where you're located, wintertime, it's colder, cloudy, cold. That's seasonal depression kicks in on top of, the holidays. And then other people, it's a financially stressful time of the year too, because, you got to buy presents for everyone. So hope everyone had a great Christmas. Happy New Year tonight. It's New Year's Eve today. I probably won't be staying up late like I used to. I'll just be chilling at home with the dogs. Can't can't be handling the partying like I used to and staying up all night. Usually I'm ready to fall asleep by 9 p.m. these days. So we'll see. But until next time, Trad West Podcast out.